never, never land.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time. It is Monday night with the Front Row Esports Truck Series here for round number 1 of the playoffs. That's right. It's the Underground Racing Network. I'm your host, Jacob Keith, ready to rip down the house. We are here live at Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be an action-packed race here tonight with all these trucks coming out to play here at Daytona International. These guys are hammering out practicing here. In 2 more minutes, we'll be heading on in and qualify to see how these guys are doing. So far, these guys have been pretty good through practice here, nose to tail, side by side. See some 3 wide, some 4 wide, see some double file, single file. So it should be interesting here. These guys trying to practice coming down pit road, hitting that pit strategy. So, lots of stuff to look forward here tonight. Look at that, Steven Easton trying to hang on to the tail side there. That number 9. Now they're going to try to head down pit road. The 99, Mike Wood, getting real close to that number 9 there. Practicing it out, trying to get the fast entry for pit road to try to be able to do good here tonight with these trucks at Daytona International. 65 laps here for the race. We got another minute before we head into qualifying. So just sit tight. We'll be back in a moment. Practice is finishing out here as they get ready to head down to get out of pit road for qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to make the jump first? Steve Johnson and Adam Thompson going to jump on into that machine and try to head on down. I believe that number 9 is actually the number 1 here, is Steven Johnson. That thing looks sweet there, that number 1. The skulls on. Looks like these guys are going to pit party up and get ready to go qualifying here. Ty Dahlman going to be the first one actually out on the track. Here comes Nick Alves Jr., JR. Oh, maybe experiencing some technical difficulties here on Mike. Bear with us 1 second. Hopefully that fixed it. Got these guys heading out trying to hammer out some qualifying laps. Nothing else matters. 2 of the fastest laps. But actually it's open qualified, so I believe they get as many laps as they needed. 10 minutes of qualifying out there for these truck drivers with the Front Row Esports Truck Series. I believe it's the playoffs. Round number 1 here. 65 laps will be the distance for the race. And this will be, it looks like there's going to be 23, 24 drivers filing on in here for tonight's event. We're going to head on over and check out the weather report for tonight, because we are not at the Xfinity Series there. We are in the Truck Series. Why? Whatever it is. We need to get it to pop on. Boom, there it is. The Truck Series here at Daytona International for the Front Row Esports. It's going to be, it looks like 77 degrees Fahrenheit with 72% humidity. It's partly cloudy out there, but it looks like 14 miles an hour wind, 13 miles an hour wind. The 2.5 mile oval that is Daytona International here for Front Row. These guys are just hammering out them laps. So far, we got Steven Easton going to be out front with the fastest time in that number 5 machine as he's getting some push. But it looks like Zach Holloway there in that third 333. All right, Dolman going to slide on up into that first spot now with J.R. Schoenberg right in front of him. That 96 going to be in the second spot. Tyler Clemens in the 38. That black and orange machine going to round out the top 3. Wyman's able to get by Schoenberg there. He hangs onto that front side to go to the outer side of that right rear of that truck, the 96 machine. A little bit of bobbing and weaving here. With all that air force with the draft. Tyler Clemens going to fall back into the 11th spot. Zach Holloway going to jump on up into the first spot for fastest time with Stephen Isham in that 5 machine going 3 wide here for qualifying. Going to move on up into the front spot. There we see the fastest times here for qualifying. Rob Roeder going to jump up into that second spot with Zach Holloway back into the third. We see the 333 going sideways, and we got crashing here in qualifying. Hopefully that 333 machine brought another truck with him as they get ready to push the 3 wide again. Steven Johnson goes to the inside, able to get the run. The 72 machine of Kevin Orlando to the outside, trying to let these guys cycle through as he's going to try to come on down. Steve Johnson hangs on to that outside as they almost go 3 wide again, but the 53 has a second thought. Rob Roeder going to stay to the tail side of the 26. Isham still out front with the fastest time here. Roeder still going to be in second. Holloway jumping to the pits, hanging on to third.
Mattress Labor Day event? Let's start with savings of up to 7.
These drivers hammering out some qualifying laps here, trying to lock in them times. 3 minutes left to practice here as these guys are nose to tail in this big group. Steven Johnson on the tail side of Kevin Orlando as they push out to the outside. Orlando trying to squeeze back on up, and he gets into the tail side of the 38. Tyler Clemens going to go around, come back on up, smack that 72 back around. As Tom Freitas also involved in that one. We got more piling up on the backstretch here during qualifying. This is going to be a good one here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Truck Series, Front Row Esports, Daytona International Speedway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time to talk here's done. Fastest laps have been put down, and it's time for the 65 laps here at Daytona International Mayhem with the Front Row Esports. These guys are going to put down some fast laps here in the truck. Nose to tail, 3 wide, double file. Doesn't matter. Slide jobs, crossovers. It's going to happen. Everything's going to happen here at Daytona as they are finally finished with qualifying. We're going to move on in to the grid. All right, here we go. Pulling up the grid, starting here. The man kept the time fast as nobody else was able to jump out front of him. Steven Isham going to lead this one off here at Daytona tonight. There he is. The outside of Isham will be the 53 machine of Rob Roeder. Starting in the third spot, we got the 333 Zach Holloway. And to the outside of him, the number 1 is Steven Johnson. Kevin Orlando in that 72 starting 5th. The 6th going to go to Nick Alves in the 26 machine. Ty Dahlman going to start with the 34 machine in that 7th spot, with 8th going to go to the 73 of Tay McDonald. Albert Likens in that number 10 Oreo machine starting 9th, with 10th going to go to Randy Braziers. Tom Freitas in that 32 W Energy Mosa Racing machine. To the outside of him will be the 96 of J.R. Schoenberg. 13th going to be Shane Chastain here in that 87 machine, and to the outside of him will be Adam Thompson. Travis Gilbert will start here behind the 87 in the 15th position, and outside of him will be the 69 of Ronnie Morrison. That number 8 of Daryl Johnson showing up here tonight, starting in that 17th spot, with 18th going to the 38 of Tyler Clemens. 19th will be the 66 of Brent Gwynn. Starting here tonight with that Bud Light Next machine. To the outside of him will be Chris Spencers with the 62. There's that 62. Blake Mosley with that 58 going to show up for 21st. And 22nd will be Brian Breach. Michael Wood in the 99 machine starting 23rd. And tailing the end of the field, we got Chummy Miller. Actually, not tailing the end of the field. It'll be 24th will be Chummy Miller. And tailing the end of the field will be Alex Weaver. As we get ready to rip, rock, and roll, Steven Easton, Rob Roeder, 2 laps, or 1 lap under pace. When we come out of 4, I believe we're going green flag. Lloyd, the pace car driver, signaling for pit road. Steven Easton, Rob Roeder, looking for that green flag. Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, 65 laps, green flag here is out. Number 5 going to stay to the inside. He's going to lose that lead spot. There's Rob Roeder. Steve Johnson able to make that run around the outside. The 53 going to cycle down in front of the number 5 here, coming out of number 2. Down the backstretch, the 5 shoots out in front of Steve Johnson. Now Johnson all over the tail side. Here's we jump right on the nose. That number 1 going to apply the tappies to the tail side of the 5. Double file off of the back stretch down into 3 and 4. These guys 3 rows back, double file to 73. Dave McDonald there trying to hang on to that low line back behind the 30-33 of Zach Holloway. Here comes the 96 and 69, J.R. Schoenberg and Ronnie Morrison on that outside trying to keep that line moving. Back behind them, they got the 38 of Tyler Clemens keeping with them as well there. We got the first 6, 7 rows still all bunched up here. We're going to go towards the backside. With Adam Thompson with Brent Gwynn all over the tail side there. Chummy Miller moving on up a little bit. So much action going on as they stay double file, nose to tail. Johnson still holding that number 5 of Eason. Down the back, stretching into 3 and 4. Steven not going to wait no more as Johnson wants to take over the lead. He's going to shoot to the inside here into 3 and 4 and take it over. Steven Eason hangs on to that outside groove. Roeder on the tail side. Now the 5 coming down in front of him. Nick Alves trying to go for the run for that second spot. 26 has the 96 back there behind him. Ronnie Morrison trying to give him the help he needs with that outside groove. And also J.R. Schoenberg there as well. Steven Johnson coming back up in front of them using that outside groove as they are keeping it going here. 4 laps down, ladies and gentlemen. We got 61 laps left remaining here at Daytona International as these guys are still double file, battling it all out. Down into 3 and 4. The 5 going to shoot to the inside and try to take over that spot as he does, with Rob Roeder helping him from the backside. Holloway getting a little bob and weavy there in that 3rd spot as he falls back a little bit further into the 6th position now. We see that 26 going to shoot down low. Nick Alves wants a taste of that 3rd position. Looking to take 1st. If he can get the run around the inside, then he does. Sticking to the inside of the 53. Rob Roeder still battling side by side here with these trucks, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers doing a hell of a job out here. Way better not to be. Back towards the backside of the pack, we got the number 10 to the inside of the 66. Also got Tom Freitas in the 32 trying to make some moves on the outside there. Chummy Miller not too far off in that 06. Back behind the 87. Shane Chastain trying to hold. Oh, looks like he might have moved up a spot. Mike Wood on the outside in that 99 tailing Tom Freitas. Now here comes Chummy to the inside, back at the backside of this big pack. Back up towards the front, we got Johnson hanging to the outside here as they are closing the gap. 3 wide. Coming out of 3 and 4 as the 26 stays to the middle. He applies the pressure. The 69 to the outside there. 3 wide for the first 2 rows there. Coming out of 3 and 4. Lap number 7, they're still 3 wide as they head down into 1 and 2. And number 1 machine will cycle back into 3rd. He's battling JR Schomer to the outside. They go 3 wide again with the 69 back there. And then they double file out heading into 3 and 4. 333, Zach Holloway gaining some momentum back to the tail side of that 26 of Nick Alves. Here comes Adam Thompson as well, that blue and yellow machine to the tail side of the 333. Roeder and Stevens battle it out as they pass the flag stand. 9 laps down in the books. The 1 machine staying to the outside of the 53 down low. The 26 getting a run right behind that 53, trying to put that number 1 into that 3rd spot here as they got plenty of laps. Plenty of time to run it out here, ladies and gentlemen. Daytona International. Ooh, a little bit of bobbing and weaving up here with the number 1 and 5. Maybe some contact there. Johnson getting a little bit of help from Eason. Bobbing and weaving, trading places here. There goes the number 5 to the inside of Johnson now as he's going to try to cycle him around. Isham getting out front with the help of Rotor to the tail side. It's hard to tell which is the better line here as these trucks battle it out. The high side staying right with that low line. Into the floor as they are full bore here, pedal to the metal. These trucks there are just whipping about that 66 all over the tail side of the 38. Any mistakes here, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the big one within the truck series here tonight. And hopefully it doesn't go that far. I will knock on wood right there. Oh, as I say it, there goes the 38 of Tyler Clemens. And down into the field, and we got the big one on the backstretch. Lap 11, caution strikes. Adam Thompson will be involved as well. Man, heartbreaking there with that accident going on. Let's go check on Adam Thompson, what happened. Let's go and see if we can get a better view. Ooh. Looks like the 66 may have helped. Yeah, it looks like the 66 just gave the tap a little too much. Brent Gwynn here. Let's ride on the nose. Let's go back. Like Gwynn just coming a little too hot. Didn't realize they all checked up. The 38 had nowhere to go after getting tapped. He just took him sideways. Yellow flag strikes here at Daytona. Caution strikes, so now we'll see who's going to end up taking tires, who's going to go down pit road. Fuel. Looks like, I believe, almost every single person going to Spencer. Oh yeah, everybody going to come down pit road here, get tires, get the stuff that they need for these machines here with these trucks. Who's going to be the first one off pit road, though? Oh, Steve Johnson, Rob Rotor. Rotor able to take it over Johnson in the number 5. Isham going to fall back into the 3rd. So that is top 3 right there heading on out. Nick Alves going to take that 4th spot. Looks like Brian Breach going to battle it out with J.R. Schoenberg, but they're going to give Breach. Schoenberg going to take 6th. 7th going to be Morrison. 8th out onto the track will be Gilbert, and 9th will be Zach Holloway. Top 10 will be Chummy Miller in the 06. Or I believe these guys heading out of 1 and 2 will get ready to go green flag as the pace car lights are off. And Floyd's giving the thumbs up and heading for pit road. Couple of the guys got to make their way up to the pack. We see a few of these guys heading back out onto the track. Steve Johnson, Rob Roder going to lead this one off, though, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Alves, Steven Easham. Going to hang on to the second row. Ronnie Morrison, J.R. Schoenberg going to hang on to the third row, fourth row. Will be Zach Holloway and Travis Gilbert. Pace car heading on in. As the number 1 looks for that restart zone. The green flag here is out. Rob Roder and Steven Johnson going to take to a green flag. First caution out of the night, lap number 12. Let's see how many laps these guys can put down if they end up having another one at all. These drivers doing an awesome job hanging on to these trucks, Ford, Chevys, Toyotas out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm personally a Ford guy myself. There's Chummy Miller making his way up to that 8th position, tailing that, I believe it's the 341. Got the 333 to the outside, Zach Holloway. Travis Gilbert right in front of him. The 87 line. Trading places, crossing each other over that 341, having to go to the outside there. Chummy Miller going to close the gap on the 87. Back there on that low line. Ronnie Morrison trying to hang on to the outside of Rob Roder as they hit out of 3 and 4. That number 1 machine, Steven Johnson, to the inside of Zach Holloway as they're still double file 4 rows back, excuse me. Off the front stretch, down into 1, the 5, trying to get the run to the inside here. Morrison saying, nah, I'm going to stay to your quarter panel and apply the pressure from that outside groove. Out of 2 down the backstretch, we see the 53 going down low. As they push a little 3 wide, they're going to try to come back up and cycle back through the group. Able to hang on to it. That 333 going to come down and stay set into that high groove from Steven Johnson and Steven Eason. Making the train move. Choop, choop, whoop, whoop. Oh, some contact getting squirrely there, but they were able to keep it under control. Morrison going to hang on to the outside of Easham as they stay double file 3 rows back. 96 and J.R. Schomer trying to help Morrison all he can there. Steve Johnson all over the tail side of Easham. They're going to ride right on the nose here. Ronnie Morrison as he's got clean air trying to dig on that outside groove. As he sets it in just underneath that white line, almost right up on that seam, just underneath it. Trying to apply that pressure down to that number 5 machine, knowing he's down there. Trying to put on a hard and hefty race. Also, Steven Easham having the clean air as well. Back behind him, Steven Johnson trying to help amplify the Esports. Schoenberg trying to help the Goonigan. See some damage on the right side of that number 5. Doesn't seem to affect them, though, as they are doing a good job staying out front here. Staying double file down in the 3 and 4. That 333 getting a little wobbly there. As the 87 almost come on up, he almost come on down, almost met mutually in the middle, but they were able to keep it off each other. Chummy Motorsports there in the 06 got the 38. Clements trying to close the gap. Clements to the tail side. Mike Wood there too. Steven Johnson getting forced underneath the apron. Now they're going to cycle back up through the 87. Going to move up to help that number 5 there. 3 wide down in the 3 and 4. Still 3 wide. Zach Holloway going to hang on to that middle line there as they double file out in front of that 341. Trying to hang on to that groove, needing the air. The 5 going to come on up and help that outside groove. Here is the 333 trying to stay to that tail side. He's going to look for that Amplify Esports tail. J.R. Schoenberg going to help Ronnie Morrison down on the low line there as they're nose to tail on the low side. Dugan out front, that 69, Ronnie Morrison. Hanging on here with these trucks. Man, just phenomenal. You guys can just rip these things. For me, it feels like I'm on an ice rink, but you guys just got it. 21 down in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the flag, they make it 22. We're going to crank these drivers up here for a minute. Now's a good time to use the restroom if you need to. Don't go anywhere. We ain't going anywhere. We'll be right back with some more hard racing. Just as I go to say anything, we got a big one on the backstretch again here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap number 22. We got to see exactly what caused that one as I was getting ready to just walk off. Let's go back. Oh, my. My. The 341 to the outside, hanging on to the tail side. Oh, he tried to go to the inside of the 333 as Zach Holloway tailing that 5 machine, trying to help out the 5. Bam, clipping the 333. Zach Holloway going to go down. Big pile up there for the second time with the Truck Series here for Front Row Esports. See, now, if that had been me, I'd have been all over the tail of somebody, sliding, slipping all over which way, probably tapping people, making people mad. So it's probably just better that I'm up here in the booth and rather than being down there in these trucks. Morrison, Schoenberg, Isham, Miller, and Dahlman, your top 5. Ty moving on up. Look at that 34 machine. Chummy up 20 spots here tonight as he started 24th all the way up to the 4th position. We'll see what happens to the 06 as they head down pit road. 38 machine of Tyler Clemens going to stay on out. So who's going to get down and off pit road first? The 5 machine, Steven Isham going to take the 2nd spot. J.R. Schoenberg able to jump out front of Isham. Morrison going to take 3rd. Dahlman going to be in the 4th spot. McDonald going to jump up in the 5th. Chummy going to drop back 2 spots here into the 6th spot. Seventh going to go to Orlando here in the 72. The 8 machine jumping up in the 8th. 9th going to be Chris Spencer, and rounding out top 10 will be the 53 of Rob Roeder. And that's just off of pit road here. Second caution of the night, lap 22 strikes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give a big shout out to Front Row Esports sponsors: Blaze Pizza, Marriott Hotels, Masterpiece Hair Studios, Dubby Energy Drink, Moses Sim Racing Equipment, and Buttkicker. Also the admins to make this show all possible: Tom Freitas, Kel Butler, Steven Johnson, Michael Wood, and of course Garrett Wiles. Without all you guys, man, we just wouldn't be able to be here to do this. So without you, well, this just wouldn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. Front Row Esports, ready to go. Floyd going to signal off for pit road as we get ready to go. Green flag. Schoenberg, Isham, side by side. Morrison, Dahlman. First two rows. Floyd getting down pit road, looking for the restart zone. J.R. Schoenberg, Isham, green flag, here's out. Nope. 40 laps left remaining here. There's the 96. We got front of the 69. Nose to tail. Ronnie Morrison going to try to help out J.R. Schoenberg with the low side. Ooh, almost a tap from the rear there from the 34 to the 5. Almost helped him around, but didn't. Ty Dahlman. Steven Easton knows the tail there, and they are close to that outside groove. And number 10 of Albert Likens moving on up into the 6th spot here as he's on that outside line as well with the Oreo machine. Chummy moving down, or up into the 6th spot there in the low side there, down low. That red and black. 06. Staying to the inside of the 53. Rob Roeder to the outside. They're tailing that number 10. Here comes the 99 with the run to the inside. Michael Wood has the 87 back behind him. Shane Chastain looking to help the tail side there as we see somebody cycle down. Kevin Orlando, Rob Roeder going to cycle down to the inside line. The 87 still hanging on to the tail side of the 99. Almost looking like he wanted to make the jump to the outside groove, but he didn't end up taking it. So just the 35 in that, or 34 in the number 5 machine, all out up front, all alone. And they're doing a pretty good job of holding on to that front spot. Easton was just pushing it. Out of 1 and 2 and down the back stretch. A little bit of bobbing and weaving there from the 34. Dahlman trying to hang on there. 53, Rob Roeder comes up to try to help him out again. Chummy to the inside there with the 06. Trying to hang on to that inside groove. Almost got some of that apron lip, but he kept it clean and held that inside line there. Mike Wood back behind him. Probably was sweating in some bullets. Still Steven Isham trying to hang on with that outside groove. Has the help with the 34 as he does get out front now by almost a whole car length. Down in the 1 and 2 though, the 96 has the run with the 69 right to his tail. Ronnie Morrison helping J.R. Schoenberg make the move. Travis Gilbert sees the pack in his mirror, not wanting to go a lap down, but having to make a choice here in a second. And he's going to pick the apron as he lets these guys on by. 341, staying to the inside line, going to let the group on by. Here comes the 96 and 5 still side by side, but Ronnie still going to try to shove him with that low line. We're going to go back towards the back side of the pack here. And that isn't too far off. Brian Breach here with that light blue, almost teal colored 13 machine. Number 1 going to be to the outside. Almost looked like he set into the middle, the low line there with the 13. The 38 blinking a little bit there. Tyler Clemens. Try to go back even further for you guys here. The 43 in front of the 62 here. Randy Brashears and Chris Spencer knows the tail. Adam Thompson back there in the 18th spot. Blake Mosley also right there. We're going to jump back up though with the number 99 as he's to the tail side of Chummy Miller. Making moves, moving on up into the 7th spot here with that low line, trying to hang on to the inside of Kevin Orlando. Chummy almost comes on up into Rob Roeder, but able to keep it off him and stays down low. Nick Alves here falls back a little bit behind Mike Wood as Mike Wood falling back just a little bit too. These guys from the outside line cycle down to the inside groove, pushing a couple of the guys that were down low to kind of let them on in. So we got Rob Roeder and Kevin Orlando out front here now. That 53 and 72. Got some blinking from someone in there. Look like that number 10 machine of Alvin Likens, so it's hard to tell. Darryl Johnson in the number 8, staying to the outside groove there. Trying to keep that outside run alive. That 73 to the tail side with Tate McDonald behind the wheel. Ronnie Morrison also there with the 10 machine. Not too far off. Trying to close the gap here as they exit 1 and 2, excuse me. The roll of these trucks off of the backstretch down into 3 and 4 to 72, still on the tail side. Sometimes that roll just looks like it's going to let one of these guys go, and it just fools me out sometimes. That 34 getting a little wobbly and loose off of the fourth corner there as they head off the front stretch into 3 and 4. Johnson wanting to hang on to that outside groove with that number 8 truck out front here. Kevin Orlando, Rob Roeder get the run to the inside. Roeder out front. Here comes Isham. Gonna come to that outside groove and try to help him out. Orlando gonna cycle out to the outside as well. The 34 getting a run. Ty Dahlman gonna move up into the third spot. Chummy Miller and Daryl Johnson getting into it. Trying to keep it under control, keep her going. See if we get a yellow flag rolling or not. It doesn't look like it thus far, as Steven Eastham going to hang on to that outside groove, with Morrison going to try to close the gap. Help him out with some draft. So as these guys are nose to tail, we're going to go back and watch that instant there with Chummy, see what happened there with him and the number 8. We got to rewind it just a smidge there. It looked like the number 8 may have just got loose from the 5 or just tried to come down. Hard to tell from that angle. Might be able to get a better one here. It's hard to tell, but just come off the wall down onto the 06. Come off the high line down on the 06. I think he just thought that the spot was open. Didn't see Chummy there right away. And it just put Chummy back in that 06 machine. And that 8 fell back as well. All the way to 15th. But there's still double file up here in green, ladies and gentlemen, as they're running them out. 38 laps down, excuse me. Flags team. We got 26 laps left remaining here at Daytona International. Ronnie Morrison, Steven Eastham battling it out, as it looks like Albert Likens and Kevin Orlando in that second row there. Double file up to the front here. 4 rows back one more time. Coming up the lap, traffic, Zach Holloway. That 333 going to hang on to the inside groove. These guys going to make their way around and pushing it 3 wide off the back stretch. And then they double file out. Down in the 3 and 4. That 333 going to try to get back into the groove. Isham Roeder up front, 53 and 5. Came down on that 73 as Ronnie Morrison in that 69 to the outside. 25 laps remaining. Off the 3 and 4 and down the front stretch, the 99 of Mike Wood hanging on to the outside of Zach Holloway. Going to cycle down to that low line and then come back up to the outside. Going to hang to the tail side of the Oreo machine. Albert Likens trying to help out Ronnie Mosley, excuse me. Wanted to call him Robert Morrison. Geez, I'm so disoriented with names. It's unreal. Nonetheless, the 10 machine helping the 69 to the outside. Ooh, looked like the 79 may have gotten a little loose there. The 96 going to push to the outside. Going to try to make a move on the 73. J.R. Schoenberg getting a run. Mike Wood's tail side. Off the 3 and 4 down the front stretch. Comes the 13 machine. Brian Beach trying to make his way back up on that outside groove. Steven Johnson there in the number 1 going to try to do the same. He's to the outside of the 34. We're going to drop to the back side of the other pack here. We got Randy Braziers, excuse me. Shane Chastain back here as well, I think. No, he's not. He's all alone over there. There's that 87. No help, nowhere to go. Just running these laps down. 22 left remaining. We're going to try to find Blake Mosley as he's to the tail side of Adam Thompson. Sitting back in 14th, 13th. Brian Breed's going to fall back into 12th with the 13s. He's got the number 1 of Steven Johnson to the outside. We're going to try to help him with the draft here. They can team up together. Ty Dahlman to the inside of Mike Wood. A little bit of bobbing and weaving. 21 laps, though, as they come by the flag stand. They'll make it 20 left to go. Steven Isham down low, having a 3 wide, but then they're going to single file it out with a low line. The 331 having to hang on to the outside groove. The lead, that's Travis Gilbert. Yeah, that is Gilbert there in the 341. Some of these cars going to head down pit road, though. Rob Roeder, Tay McDonald, Albert Likens, Kevin Orlando, and Nick Alves. Ronnie Morrison going to jump out front with J.R. Schoenberg still at his tail. Coming down to pit strategy with these last 20 laps remaining here. Steven Johnson able to jump back up into third as he's to the tail side of the 341. Going to help him out with some draft pushing. sending that 69 machine, trying to get to the inside of the one, and he does a little bit, but now he's going to dip down pit road as well, get some tires and fuel. J.R. Silver, Steven Eason, Ty Dahlman, Brian Breach, Chris Spencer all heading down pit road. Steven Johnson going to stay out here with Mike Wood, Adam Thompson, Blake Mosley, Randy Brashear. Here's Steve Johnson going to head down pit road now. Comes Adam Thompson, Blake Mosley, and Randy Bashir is now going to be up in the top three. Able to work their way around that 341. Travis Gilbert, not sure what's going on with that 341. Mosley to the tail side with the 58. Brashears not far off the 43, still in the three-man draft. Steven Johnson able to make his way out in front of Michael Wood for that second spot here. Going to come on out in the fourth and fifth. We'll see if Brashears, Thompson, and Blake Mosley end up taking pit road here. No pit road. They're going to head down the front stretch past the flag, standing into 1 and 2. Steven Johnson is Michael Wood and Rob Roeder not far off. As the group is bunching up behind them, they're going to have a train rolling here. 17 laps left to go at Daytona International. Adam Thompson, Blake Mosley, and Randy Brashear is going to head down pit road. As I believe Rob Roeder and these guys still leading them off. Steve Johnson, Kevin Orlando. It looks like Roeder going to fall off a little bit as he stays to that outside line. He cycles back down behind Nick Alves. They head down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Damon Connor on the tail side of that 78 spot. Pit entrance here off the front stretch. Mosley, Brashears, Thompson, all ready to come out on the track here. That's the blue cone. Like a train, Steven Johnson. 72, Kevin Orlando helping as well with the 26. They all tried to come up onto the track there. Holy cow. That could have been really horrible. Oh, it looks like we got contact towards it, but they're able to keep it up and going. Blake Mosley could have been involved into something big there. Tyler Craig's look like, come on down. Johnson going to cycle back up into the line, but going to go to that outside groove. Trying to set it up. Fitness corners here with 14 laps laps left remaining. Just trying to be patient like these other guys. Trying to drive hard, drive them tires off so you can try to drive to the end. Down on the inside of Ronnie Morrison is Morrison trying to make a move for fourth. He's got that outside line building. As they're trying to get that momentum up and running, they go back to double file here with 14 left to go. Off 3 and 4 and down the front stretch, the 26 and 72, Nick Alves, Kevin Orlando crossing the flag stand, 13 laps left to go. Morrison to the outside with that 69 as the 96 of J.R. Schoenberg right behind him. Steve Johnson going to come on down to that low groove. Here comes the number 8 as lap traffic. Dylan Johnson. Daryl Johnson, excuse me. We got contact with a big pile up there. Holy cow, Steve Johnson being involved with this one. It looks like the 62 and the 73 make contact. Oops. So it looks like the 62 trying to hang on to the inside of the 96. The 96 comes down, taps the 62. Or they meet mutually. Either way, the 73 going to be involved there as well as they head on up. And then it just causes chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Caution flag flies here at Daytona as the 62 goes rolling. Red flag out. Get the fire extinguisher. Tyler Clemens going to get a wave around, going on the outside. He may be the lucky dog here tonight. 11 laps left to go. Floyd, the pace car driver, I believe shutting the pace car lights off. Nope, they are still on as they are into 1 and 2. The 72 machine of Kevin Orlando going to fall back, as he may have just gotten the EOL. Not too sure. No, it doesn't look like he got the EOL. He's going to have to cycle behind the 34 of Ty Dahlman. Rob Roeder, Nick Alves going to lead this one off. Brian Beach and Ronnie Morrison going to be in the second row. Kevin Orlandon and Brandy Brashears here. 10 laps left to go. As we cross the flag, it'll be 9 left to go. Floyd, the pace car driver, Bartholomew, heading down pit road, ladies and gentlemen, as he signifies the Rob Roeder. Nick Alves, 10 laps left remaining here as the green flag airs out at Daytona International Speedway. The 53 getting a good jump. Rob Roeder going to come on down to that low line in front of the 26, Nick Alves. Here comes the 13 to the outside, Brian Beach, making some moves. 20 spots up on the night target, 22nd, all the way up to the second spot. Ronnie Morrison started 16th, up 11 spots into that 5th position there, back behind the 26 of Alves. Three wide, 2 rows back there as they double file it back out. Ooh, the 69 and the 13 almost made contact, but the 17 still knows the tail with him. Still 3 wide with the 50 or 34 down low. Ty Dahlman to the inside. 96 of J.R. Schoenberg going to fall back. Behind him there's Ronnie Morrison in the 69. Stays to that outside groove. We got contact to that outside wall. The 13 and 96 make contact, causing another big pile up here on the backstretch. Lap 8. Or with 8 to go, excuse me. So the 62 being involved here as well just caused a big old pileup. So hard to tell from that view. Boom. The 96 off into the 62. Can we see what started it, though? Is this what started it, too? That one going to be on the 62, coming on up into the 96, coming down to the 73. And that's what's going to cause the big old pile of yellow flag strikes. 7 laps to go. Some good old-fashioned hard racing here out of the truck series as they are getting nose to tail and getting antsy, trying to jump to their spots, thinking they're clear. And just sometimes they're not. Sometimes the spotter says, hey, you're clear, and, well, you're just not. Yellow flag strikes. That's just part of racing. Here comes the number 8 with the wave around the outside. Daryl Johnson going to get a lap back here as he may be lucky dog. And number 1, no, Steven Johnson able to find his way back up to the front side here. He's got the 53 Rob Roller and the 72 of Kevin Orlando back behind him. Lights are still on the pace car next time around. Will be green flag out of 4. Lloyd with the lights off, ready to go. 5 laps left remaining here at Daytona for these truck drivers as they head down the back stretch. These guys are tight formation on the low side, tight formation on the high side. And as I say that, they split it off. Pace car driver ready to go. Fuck! Making the call here with the thumbs up one last time. 5 laps left to go. Can Johnson hang on to this in front of Rotor? Or Orlando? And Alves be able to jump up from the backside. Pace car's off and the green flag here is out. Johnson able to get a good jump on that pack there. The 72 of Kevin Orlando going to go to the inside. Double file, 2 rows back, 3 rows back. As they are starting to pull that inner line up. They are working that inside groove here. 4 laps left to go. Down the back stretch. Double file to the flag, and now down into 1 and 2. The 72, Kevin Orlando looking to take the trucks to the victory here with 3 laps left remaining. He's got some help with the 26 of Alves to the tail, and Ronnie Morrison with the 69 machine as well. 69 and 34, getting a little squirrely there off of that one. Oh, Morrison going to come up and get to the tail side of the number 1. Steve Johnson going to go around causing the big one here one more time as the yellow flag strikes. Morrison just trying to hang on back behind the 26 there, and I think he was just going to try to come on up and didn't realize that the number 1 was there. Maybe he just broke a little loose. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell there, but Johnson being the victim of that one is the number 1 machine sideways right in front of him here. And that's what's going to bring out the yellow flag here one more time. Morrison going to go out pit road there with 69. Machine going to give Randy Brashears the 3rd spot, with Blake Mosley moving up to 4th, and rounding out top 5 will be the 73 of Tay McDonald. Looks like the 26 machine may head down pit road, but he fools us out as he comes on up over the apron. Kevin Orlando, Nick Alves waiting for the lights to go off the pace car, which will be this time by the flag, and we will be green flag racing out of 4. 3 laps left remaining is the distance. Oh, 2. No, I believe they're going to keep it 3. It's going to be a green-white checkered finish out here. 3-lap rundown. Been an awesome race all night here with the Front Row Esports Truck Series for the playoffs of round number 1 at Daytona International. they exit out of 1 and 2 and head down the back stretch. The pace car driver signaling for pit road. And these drivers are going to try to rise to the top like the cream of the crop. Seven and a half miles left for these guys to rip it on out. Floyd gonna give the thumbs up for pit road as these guys also return the favor. The 43 of Randy Brashears to the outside of the 58 of Blake Mosley as Floyd, the pace car driver, heads down pit road. Kevin Orlando, Nick Alves, green flag, here's out. Kevin Orlando with the good run on the 26 comes down in front of Nick Alves. The 58 of Mosley going to hold on, but McDonald trying to push to that outside. Now he's going to go for the outside run in the 58. Tyler Clemens moving up out as he's going to go to the outside of the 43. Randy Brashears, middle of the 3 wide here as they are bunched up on the backstretch. Hanging the 3 wide down into 1 and 2 as they are 3 wide, 2 rows back. Gonna double file it back out. Off of 3 and 4 and on to the front stretch here. The 72 leading them up. Kevin Orlando, Nick Alves nose to tail. Blake Mosley trying to get the run in around the outside. Randy Brashears trying to help him all he can with the white flag. Busted out and waving. At 13 almost coming down onto the 38 there. Back into the backside of the pack. Mistakes can happen now, though, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever it is finishes out the top front as we got contact there. The 26 going to go run after the 62 makes contact. Blake Mosley going to be out front. Kevin Orlando going to hang on to the second spot here as Blake Mosley going to now take over the second spot. Ronnie Morrison going to move up into third, but he's going to try to help out the 72. Kevin Orlando with the low line. The 69 looking to do all he can here. He's going to fall back into that third spot. Here comes Randy Brashears with the 43. They push it 3 wide to the flag. Stay checking flag waving, and Kevin Orlando takes this one over Blake Mosley and Randy Brashears. Hell of a race to the end here with the Truck Series for Front Row Esports. And it was a battle the whole race. Cautions were flying. Slide jobs were happening and battling side by side everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome racing here with the Front Row Esports Truck Series. Don't go anywhere. We're going to try to pull these guys up for some quick words. We'll be right back.
Hey!
Awesome race, man. Kevin Orlando jumping up here into the booth, man. Awesome race it was for you towards the end as, well, you weren't too lucky. You got spun around, but you ended up bringing home the win, man. Go ahead and give us the rundown what it was like for you here in that 72.
I made it over the line, but I can't even do goddamn donuts. What the hell?
I know it would have been awesome to be able to see your victory burn out, man. You had an awesome truck. It looked like it was handling great out there, and it just come down to them last few laps, man. That 72 was just on a rail.
Yeah, I had a lot of help from Nick pushing me. Great team effort there, getting the position at the end of the race and then having the help that I needed it. Oh, man, everything changed on the back straightaway. They started wrecking behind me, and Nick was caught in that one. So I just, crossed my fingers and tried to do what I could to side draft that outside line. Got help from someone else. I didn't even have time to really look. I was like, oh, there's a truck behind me. Let's see if he pushes. Got the push I needed, and here we are.
Congratulations, brother. Is there anybody you would like to thank for being able to hold on to or bring home the victory here tonight here with the Front Row Esports Truck Series?
It's really got to come down to the TNT guys. You know, this is a great team effort. You know, a lot of strategy went into trying to make sure we're in the right spot tonight. And, you know, we were hoping to get the whole team up front, but as you know, Daytona is unpredictable. So what it turned into was we got, you know, however many drivers we got, let's try to get one of us up front. And it worked out to be me for once.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Able to bring home the win here tonight. The 72 machine, Kevin Orlando. Hopefully we talk to you again in the booth, brother.
Oh, I hope so. Been a good one.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Now moving on to the second spot here will be Blake Mosley, man. That 58 machine having some rough night as he started towards the back of the pack, man. You came up 19 spots, finishing second. I believe you were going to be crowned hard charger for the night. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what it was like for you in that 58 machine.
Yeah, I just wanted a good, clean night and kind of got screwed up there on the back stretch. Just lack of respect all over the racetrack tonight, but just trying to get a good point tonight, and pretty much all I'm going to say so I don't get kicked out of here.
Well, you were able to hold on to the second spot on the podium, man. You did awesome as towards the end. You guys were all bunched up 3 wide, just trying to hang on to your grooves and coming to that flag stand, man. But who do you want to thank for being able to pull up that second spot on the podium tonight?
Basically all the Dirty Boys, motorsports drivers that kind of rode in the back with me there. Had a few of them up front and just mixed strategies throughout the team. But I know there's 2 or 3 of us just kind of rode in the back, minded their own business, and yeah, it's super speedway racing. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, not much more you can say. Everybody's full-blown. Accidents are bound to happen. Congratulations, you pulled up the second spot here tonight, Mosley, and hopefully we'll talk to you again here in the booth.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Randy Brashears, man, that 43 machine, pulling up the third spot here tonight. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what it was like for you here tonight at Daytona.
There was a lot of drama on the comms tonight, but it was a fun race. Like Blake said, he and I rode in the back for most of the race and just tried to keep the cars clean. I think we had a couple of things throughout the race, but just minor things, and managed to get up towards the front there at the end.
Yeah, you did, and you were battling 3 wide, and then you guys all just come in and closed in together to that flag stand, and the 72 went around. It was just awesome racing to the finish here at Daytona. Just, man, who do you want to thank for being able to help you up onto the podium here tonight?
Dirty Boys, as always. It's always a great team effort. Blake and Ty and Zach and Steven. I know everybody had a pretty good race. I know there at the end, I thought we were going to be able to get around Kevin. I think Ronnie had a heck of a run, came up and gave Kevin some help there to help push him back by us. And we had a good run coming off 4. We just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, you're right. Ronnie Morrison was having a run there towards the end, but then just ended up getting a little beat and bang and fell back towards the 4th spot, and that's where he ended up finishing tonight. But congratulations, brother Randy. You've pulled it up here on the podium here tonight in the 3rd spot, and hopefully we'll talk to you again in the booth sometime.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude it here on the night for the Underground Racing Network. I've been your host, Jake Keith, ripping down the house with the Front Row Esports. As always, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Well, unless you name it after me. So until next time, much hound love. Whoop, whoop.